is Wear and Tear, yet another YouTube outdoor and gear review channel. Today I want to show you a nice little knife, an Eafengrow knife. So that's very much a budget knife brand, and they have produced this little knife among other knives. And I said to myself, dude, you need a gentleman's knife, because sometimes you wear a suit or something like that, you can't go around with, let's say, this one all the time. Or even the CVV Praxis is a pretty large knife, too large for many applications. So I thought, yeah, let me get myself a little gentleman's knife. But this gentleman's knife actually has an attitude, because it is Tanto style. It has this super massive spine. The spine, I think, it's just as thick as on the counterpoint 1. See, counterpoint 1 is a very robust knife, cold steel knife, but this one has a spine, the Eafengrow has a spine that is just as thick as the spine of this super solid counterpoint knife. Now the steel is D2 steel. The color is a little bit flashy, kind of like that. It makes it look friendlier, but the Tanto tip, just look at that tip. It's super massive. It's like a miniature breaching tool. It comes razor sharp out of the box. So, and it flips nicely. I think it runs on ball bearings, which is okay for a smaller knife. I prefer washers, because washers are more solid, especially for outdoor knives, but this one seems fine, especially for the intended use, which is not so much hard use. But yeah, of course the ergonomics, I wear large gloves. For me this is a very small knife, almost like a children's knife, I think. So the handling of the knife, it flips fine. It closes on its own, so it's perfectly smooth. Its blade is perfectly centered. And I don't know if it's really D2 steel, which is a good quality steel. Most people say better than 440 steel typically, but that depends on the heat treatment and everything. I think it is really D2 steel. Why not? I don't think they cheat on that. Most Chinese manufacturers try to build a brand name, and I don't think it's that often anymore that they just sell you something that is totally fake. I have also not found any comment online that would say, oh, Eafengrow does cheat on the steel. So it comes razor sharp. Now there is one thing in the ergonomics that I don't like. It's the liner lock here. Now the liner lock is fine, it perfectly engages, and well, it's kind of hard to disengage it. It's because there is no, I don't know, I think I would need to Dremel something out here so I can have a easier time reaching the liner lock and closing the knife. Although they paid really attention to the detail, you see the liner here. They've taken they've shaped the liner according to the finger, but they should have taken some away of that handle as well, maybe. But that would take away from the looks. Perhaps they decided against it. Otherwise, a lot of attention to the detail. It seems really fine, and it feels good for a small knife, of course. Now let's do a little bit of cutting test. So, the paper cutting test. Surprise, surprise, it cuts paper. And even the Tanto tip is sharp. See, the Tanto tip is super sharp. So, good. Other than that, I'll not try to penetrate stuff here on my wife's table. I'll get in trouble. Well, if there is anything that comes up with this knife, any issues, so I'll let you know. Usually my channel is called Wear and Tear because I wear and tear things before I even present them or show them to the audience. But in this case I thought that's a pretty neat and interesting knife, and it runs for like $20 or 20 euros. If you look for something like that, it's really worth considering. So this was Wear and Tear. I hope you liked the review. Over and out.